For 3,000 years, the galaxy held its breath under the weight of a peace that was never true peace. It was a truce forged out of fear, a fragile agreement created after the ancient conflict that had once carved scars into nebulae and turned planets into drifting stone. Every species remembered those years. Every species except one. Humanity remembered something far more important. They remembered how peace could be used as a mask for preparation. So while the rest of the galaxy believed that the truce would last forever, humans treated it as an intermission. Across the vast sectors of the Milky River Alliance, the truce was considered sacred. It was repeated in ceremonies, etched into pillars of starstone, recited through harmonics that carried across vacuum. Species with dozens of limbs learned to bow in its honor. Species that communicated through pulses of color dimmed their shells in respect. Whole cultures rose around the idea that peace was eternal. Humanity did not treat it this way. Humanity treated it as unfinished business. While others relaxed into rituals and speeches, humans built, learned, studied, expanded, explored, and prepared. It was not aggression. It was insurance. It was their nature to improve, to adapt, to reach. While the galaxy sat still, humanity moved forward. The great cities of Earth rose beyond clouds, held up by pillars of light generated from energy cores that never cooled. The orbital belts circling Mars spun with factories that produced materials no other species could synthesize. The moons of Jupiter became academies where students debated gravitational warfare and the ethics of silent weapons. Humanity did not want war. Humanity wanted readiness, but the Alliance misread this. To them, humans were the strange species. Humans laughed too much. Humans smiled even during tense negotiations. Humans adapted to any world too quickly. Humans solved problems in ways no one else predicted. Their minds moved like shifting constellations. Their spirit never bent under pressure. So while most species honored the truce, some feared what humans were becoming. The fear reached its peak within the High Conclave, the ruling body of the Alliance. Members of species older than Earth's oceans gathered inside a chamber carved from a hollowed comet that glowed with internal bylight. They were ancient, powerful, and convinced they understood the galaxy. They believed they understood humans too. They were wrong. The event that broke the truce was not a grand incident. It was a whisper, a rumor, a spark that caught in the dry grass of paranoia. Reports came that humans had completed a new type of ship, a vessel with no known energy signature, a vessel that could cross sectors without detection, a vessel that could sit outside any world unseen. The Conclave panicked. They assumed the worst. Instead of asking, they declared that humanity had violated the truce. They declared that humans intended to dominate the galaxy. And so, after 3,000 years of peace, they declared war. Their declaration was broadcast through every corridor of space. Fleets assembled. Armies mobilized. Worlds prepared for destruction that they believed inevitable. The leaders of the conclave stood proud, believing they had acted first, believing they had outmaneuvered the species they feared. Humanity did not respond with fear. Humanity responded with laughter. The first reaction came from Earth's Council Hall, a structure made of shifting glass and carbon threads that shimmered with the sunrise. Representatives from every human colony gathered around a simple table. The announcement played overhead, echoing inside the chamber. When it finished, silence filled the room for a moment. Then one human chuckled. Another snorted. A third tried to hold back a grin and failed. Soon the entire hall burst into laughter. Not mocking laughter. Not cruel laughter. It was the laughter of disbelief. The laughter of a people who had prepared for centuries, only to discover that the galaxy still did not understand them. To humans, the Alliance had always been like younger siblings. Dramatic, reactive, and prone to panic. Humans knew the Alliance feared the unknown. Humans knew fear often turned to aggression. Humans had predicted this long ago. On Earth's moon, Fleet Station 1 activated. Not in panic, but in calm coordination. Officers walked through corridors lit with soft white glow. Technicians ran diagnostics as smoothly as they would perform morning routines. Pilots slipped into suits with practiced ease. Ships awakened from standby. The vessels that humanity prepared were not designed for conquest. They were designed for deterrence. They were built to protect, not destroy. Yet they carried power unmatched across the galaxy dot at the edge of the solar boundary. The first alien fleet arrived. It stretched across the darkness like a curtain woven from metal and fear. Ships of every species hovered in formation, ready for battle. Their captains expected to face resistance, expected to face threats, expected to face prideful declarations of defiance. Instead, a single human ship appeared. It was small compared to the incoming fleet. A simple diplomatic vessel, painted white. No weapons visible. No aggressive maneuvers. It drifted forward at a slow, controlled pace. When the comms channel opened, the aliens braced for anger. Instead, the voice of the human envoy came through calm and steady. "We heard your declaration. Before we continue, please answer something. Why?" The question stunned the fleet commanders. One replied with bitterness, "You built a silent ship. You hid it. You advanced beyond the truce. You prepared for war." The human envoy paused for only a moment. "We advanced to survive, not to conquer. We built because that is what humans do. You mistake growth for threat. You mistake progress for attack." The alien commander tried to regain control, return to compliance or surrender. "If you resist, we will strike." The envoy's tone remained soft. "You believe you can strike us. You believe you are ready. You have no idea what readiness means for humans." With that, he ended the channel. The alien fleet charged weapons. But before they could fire, space around them rippled. Waves of distortion bent starlight. One by one, streaks of light flared across the void. Human ships emerged from folds in space, like silver specters. Thousands of them, silent, smooth, gleaming like shards of dawn. The alien commanders, froze. Human ships did not aim weapons. They did not position aggressively. They simply formed a wall, a peaceful wall. A barrier of power. The envoy's voice returned. "We ask again. Why choose war when you could have asked for truth?" The enemy fleet wavered. Some species trembled. Some whispered among themselves. Some scanned the human ships and failed to detect even a fraction of their capabilities. Humanity had built vessels that defied the laws the Alliance had relied on for millennia. Humanity had built not for dominance, but for security. The galaxy was seeing the result of 3,000 years of quiet preparation. Preparation that was misunderstood, yet the conclave pushed forward. They sent their full armada toward Earth, believing numbers would crush any resistance. They believed humanity was bluffing. They believed humans laughed because they were desperate. When the armada entered the outer boundary of the solar system, humanity showed its true strength. They did not fire first. They did not fire second. They did not fire at all. Instead, every human ship emitted a field of controlled energy that neutralized propulsion systems without damage. In seconds, the invading armada drifted helplessly. Their weapons powered down. Their engines quieted. Their systems returned messages of harmless interference. The aliens began to panic. "What have you done to us?" The human response was calm. "Nothing harmful. We are only proving a point." The point was clear. Humanity did not need to destroy anything. Humanity did not need to attack. Humanity had evolved past the need for brute force. The conclave, watching from their comet chamber, realized they had misjudged humans on every level. They thought humans were reckless. Instead, humans were disciplined. They thought humans were unpredictable. Instead, humans were prepared. They thought humans were fragile. Instead, humans had become the most resilient and advanced species the galaxy had ever seen. The conclave tried to salvage dignity. They opened a channel to Earth. You have surpassed the Truce through unchecked development. We feared your expansion. The Earth Council replied with gentle firmness. Fear is not a reason to declare war. You let fear replace understanding. You let paranoia replace dialogue. The conclave attempted to argue. You built silent ships. You built unseen fleets. The council answered, we built these to prevent the very conflict you started. We built them to keep peace, not to break it. At last, the conclave faltered. Pride melted into confusion. Confusion into regret. What will you do with us now? The council did not hesitate. We will not conquer you. We do not need your planets. We do not want your resources. You misunderstand us because you expect humans to act like you. But humans do not follow the patterns of fear. We follow the patterns of growth. Humanity had every advantage, every reason to punish, every reason to conquer. Yet they did not. They offered a new choice. Let us build a new agreement. One based on real understanding, not fear. The entire galaxy held its breath again. This time not out of fear, but out of awe. The truce was not restored. Something greater replaced it. A new era began. One where humans led not by force, but by example. The galaxy learned a lesson. A simple one. A powerful one. When humans laugh at a threat, it means they are not scared. It means they are ready. It means they see more than others can see. And so, the 3,000-year truce ended not with destruction, Boo.